Every life has a soundtrack. Join me as we invite guests to share their journey through music, one song at a time. 10 moments, 10 memories. I'm your host, Sean, and welcome to 10 Tracks.
Are you ready?
Welcome to 10 Tracks. My guest today is Nelly Van Gaalan. Nelly's a singer and songwriter, best known for her work with the band Rejection Ratio, a band that became a lifeline, a family, and a voice for emotions she wasn't allowed to express growing up. Born in Rotterdam and now working in the very hospital where she entered the world, Nelly has spent 24 years volunteering and helping people become stronger, even as she rebuilt the strength within herself. Nelly, welcome to 10 Tracks.
Thanks for having me, Sean.
Yes.
Yeah,
So just so I understand, where you are in the world, are you in Rotterdam?
I'm in Rotterdam. Yeah,
In the
yeah,
Netherlands?
in the Netherlands. Yes.
Yes. So um, you, just in my intro, I mentioned a little bit about growing up and being able to use your voice. Tell me a little bit about that and
Growing
finding
up,
your voice.
yeah. Finding my voice was different with my family because my father didn't allow any disturbance around him. So he preferred no talking, no nothing. Uh, and you have to be very, very quiet, otherwise you were hit. And he did never hit on one occasion my brother, but yeah, he said to me, "You have a special voice. I always hear you." And then he hit me again. It was all, yeah. I can't remember when it started, but it started when I was very young.
Wow.
And yeah, I discovered to fleeing at the bathroom. And in the bathroom, I was safe, and I discovered singing, and I discovered music very young. And I prefer yeah, to sing there and let all my emotions in the song. So
Hmm.
music was an outlet, and somehow um, they didn't mind I was singing. So my mother and my father they let me sing, but it was in the bathroom, and it was older. They didn't mind me
Yeah.
singing, but it
But
was mostly safe in the bathroom with me.
But so you grew up with physical abuse as a younger or teenager.
Yeah, I was very young because I flew. Um, I rem I remember. I think they never brought me to school. Only when I was very very young. But I had to walk to school myself,
Yeah.
and I was only there was a cat who brought me to school like a dog,
Hmm.
and it picked me up from school, and then I went to the neighbors who were very kind. I discovered that they were loving, so I got my love there. I could talk, I could do everything there. I could play. You couldn't play
How,
at home.
how old were you when you moved away?
I was 12 moving there away. So, um, and then I wanted to run away, but in my mind, I thought nobody can uh, believe me when I say in that period, people wouldn't believe you. And
Hmm.
my father was very, he was like the perfect man. He was like the people adored him. People loved him when he talked. He was charming. He was nobody would expect who he was.
Right.
Yeah. So I did a walk, and then I remember crying, and one person said everything will be okay, and then I walked further, and then I start, yeah, singing again, and discover that that was the best for me to dive in to, yeah, to feel myself.
Yeah. So when did you actually get your in discover of being a singer and like in a band?
Um, I I don't know. I put all my emotions in the song, and I always I think I dance too sometimes in the bathroom,
Hmm.
and so I dance always with all my emotions as well. And then uh, with going out, um, they saw me dancing. I went out and saw there was the band,
Hmm.
and I knew the drummer who was there as well. And they saw me dancing and said, "Well, can you sing?" And I thought, yeah, why don't I will try. And yeah, I think I know from school I had some performance because I sang there one time. And I said, "Oh, I will try." So I did Susie, uh, yeah, and was let in. And yeah, I loved it. I love singing, and I love writing as well. Writing
Hmm.
is like you can pour all your emotions in an like a poem. I never liked poem, but I discovered songwriting is like writing a poem, but then
Yeah.
put all your emotions into words, and then when they played, I just knew what text, what's to put on the music, and uh, in the song there is one of the song, "Love Is Like Heaven." I knew exactly that there's a line in that the brain is sleeping from the person I sing about, and I did. You hear it in the song,
Mhm.
and all those ideas came in my head and could be creative. But yeah, I loved it.
So you were in the band Rejection Ratio for many years. This was in the from the 80s and 90s. Is that right? Or am I
Yeah. 80s and 90s. Yeah,
okay? And then you recently discovered some of the old tapes of the recordings.
yeah. I discovered that we got lost. We lost each other because I quit because of my hearing. Because I was told not to sing anymore in a band, and then I quit, and I went. Uh, Somehow I was at. I got my husband got a record, but we had no record player anymore. I bought one with a cassette deck, and you can translate cassette decks to MP3s.
Hmm.
Yeah, so digital. And then we did discover somehow old tapes of me. And I listened to it, and I thought, why is this not? This is still very good. And in my mind, it wasn't. It was strange that I thought so less of it. and it wasn't. It was good, and I thought, oh, this is a shame. It should be some. And then I thought I will connect with them again. I will find them, and I find every one of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Were
and
they still connected with each other, or were they just kind of apart?
two of them were connected, but had less contact, and now we have uh, we talk with each other on WhatsApp each day. Yeah, some days not, some days, but now it's like I have my family back again. Because for me they were a family. They never knew, but for me they were like having brothers because I had no connection at that moment at my home. You had to be so very quiet, so you had no connection really with your sister or your brother because you must be so quiet. It was like my father was having a remote and he would turn you down.
Right.
So So, and I did sneaky going in the band. My mother knew because I had to go away, but I think she lied for me or something. She never lied for me, but she didn't tell him because she knew he wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
So, and I was, I think about 16, 17 because he was still living. I knew it was before he died. So I think 16, 17. Yeah, I really loved it. Yeah.
So singing actually really gave you that voice, let you come out of this kind of where you were not allowed to really share your feelings, share your thoughts, share your emotions. And so by being in the band, you were able to express yourself.
Yeah, it gave me like you can I can be it's strange. I can be somewhere else. I can feel the words I sing. So it's like living them. I know exactly what they mean and then be translate them and
Hmm.
then sing them. And I like to have my own voice as well. So I like to of course, I like to listen to other singers and listen how they do it. But I
Hmm.
want to do it on my own way, of course. I'm not a how you say it. I don't like to copy. I more like to
Original.
yeah be original.
Let's talk about track one. You mentioned Love is Like Heaven, and this is from your band Rejection Ratio.
Yeah.
And this would have been the early 90s this one was recorded, or
No, 1979. Yeah. This is I think our last song, but for me one of the most important because I did this one I didn't write, but I liked the lyrics and I could understand them thoroughly, so
Mhm.
it was easy to sing and I could do my own things in it. That love, love, love is I heard a classic song, not classic music. I heard a classic music track or something, and I thought if I do staccato, love, love, I like that. It's a bit classical. So,
And then some of the words say, "Love is like heaven lifting me out of the dark."
um, you mean no, no? It's love is like heaven. You mean the lyrics is like
Hmm.
lifting me in the dark? No,
No?
no, it's like wait. Oh, I can see now. Love is like heaven, just as real, sweet as water, soft as steel. That's
Soft
the
as steel.
lyric. Yeah,
Okay. And this, I mean, I've seen a video of you with this
yeah,
song, and so you're very, like a very good frontman to dance and to move. You're not just standing there kind of stiff or still. You actually very kind of have a lot of energy when you were
yeah.
singing in some of the.
Yeah, I always had.
This, but then when you were with some of the other songs that you did with them, you wrote the lyrics to a lot of the songs yourself, right? Those were your
Yeah,
lyrics?
yeah, I wrote a lot of lyrics. Thunder is on YouTube. I wrote that. That's about that there is you have can be you can be have thunder in yourself, in your mind, in your whole body.
Hmm.
But then there is something. There must be something else there. It is there. That is my lyric. That is the conclusion of my lyric.
So what is it like to hear your voice and hear your words that you wrote so well some time ago?
I'm still writing though.
But
I'm
can you
writing.
relate to that person, that the woman then, to the woman
Yeah,
now?
I can relate to the woman then. Yeah, certainly, because even even in the negative world I lived in there,
Hmm.
I still saw positive things. I always did. When there only was yeah, when there was, I always thought the little positive I looked at always for, even as a little child. So I still do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The band now, so you got back in touch. Is there plans to write more songs or record?
There will be a second album, but the second album is kindly the first album because uh, this album is with the second guitarist, and there was a first one. There was a quarrel with the first one, but the in my I remember there was a quarrel between the drummer and the guitarist then, and then the guitarist went out of band. I talked to him about it, and now he said I want out of the band, but his remembrance is he remember it differently. He remember that we put him out of the band, but I don't remember it like that.
Yeah.
So, but I think it was even then for our four impact as well. And then somehow we find Pichu and we started a second life. So the first album will be out as well, but it is the second album, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
And that is the early ages. That is more, yeah. I wrote less then. I wrote um, the second the album what now out is I wrote Voodoo, which is about uh, abuse, about violence.
Yeah.
And that you have it in your blood and you must look out to take it with you to the next generation. I even wrote it then when I was, I think, about 16, 17. I wrote songs always, but then I didn't always, I had to find the right music to it so that
Hmm.
it worked with me. So, yeah, so I operated then like that.
So just so I understand, the recordings that you are doing, which is technically your second album, these are songs that were written and recorded when you were much younger, or this is something you rec now recorded like last year or this year with
No,
the
no,
band?
no. It was recorded sooner than 1979. So I think it that is in the I don't know for sure 1985 or 1984.
Yeah,
Then
okay.
yeah.
But are you going to record any songs with the band, new songs now, like as in from today or this
No,
next year?
no. I think I'm busy writing and playing piano now, learning to play blues piano.
Hmm.
And maybe my husband will help with guitar. I don't know. But somehow I know I will make it because I have each day the same song in my head. and
Yeah.
not one song, maybe 2 songs, 3 songs. And when I write in 10 minutes or in 2 minutes. I can write a whole song. It's strange. And sometimes the song is first, and sometimes I get the music then, and then the music. I know exactly what song to pick, like in the early days. I know which song is with the music because I get the lyrics with the music then. It's like a puzzle in my head. Strange.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's interesting. And so the words you're writing now for the new songs that you're going to want to record or to put together, what are you saying now compared to what you said before? Is there a difference? Is it looking at the person who you are today and that's what your words are, or are some of the words still very much around growing up and just the transformation you've made from then to now?
um, the the words now are there are some are protest songs because of what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
This so is that, and some are about like femicide. That's how a woman is feeling herself in the society. So the woman points some about soldiers dying in a war. So
Yeah.
that is strange, but it's like in getting a poet from a soldier. I can't. So that. So it's so different. It's like getting and also songs about to cheer people who feeling low, to cheer people that they get out of that situation and get stronger.
Hmm.
So it's they are different, but most of them are blues.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't choose the music. It's the blues that choose me. It's
Yeah, yeah.
strange, but so this is why I'm learning blues piano.
Hmm.
And the piano player, I learned piano from a great piano player, and she went ill, and then I found another, and he's a blues player. So it's the blues that needs me. It's strange, and the blues here in the Netherlands is less. It's strange. I saw on the TV, blues is a bit dying, and we wish that there's a blues museum far in the north in the Netherlands, and
Hmm.
we wish that blues was coming back more. And
Well,
yeah,
this is the chance.
yeah. So, and of course, there's also different genres, songs and music I get as well,
Yeah.
like a bit poppy but I have no choice. The lyrics are there and the music. So yeah, and the piano is. I'm working at the piano. I do my best.
Yeah. Let's jump into track two.
Yeah.
This is Diana Ross, theme from Mahogany.
Team from Mahogany is when I was about 9. I looked it up, and I learned very soon at school English, which was not normal in the Netherlands these days. But there was the director of the school had a little elite group, and I was one of them.
Hmm.
And I learned English, and then I knew what to sing. I knew what the words were meaning. So, and I was always, when a little child, thought, why I'm here in this world. So I love the song about it. So I think I repeatedly sang it. And even when I was older, when I was 12, 13, I sang that in the shower. Yeah, I sing like the fire is burning, and if you see in the videos, you sing my face is translating in all the emotions because yeah, I have to let them out.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I love the song. And Diana Ross is, I think, my one of my first teachers because my brother gave me the album. We didn't have any money, a lot. I know that parents gave a lot of parents in school gave their children money, but we didn't. We get such a small that you couldn't buy yeah, you couldn't buy an album or something like that. But my brother was older and he gave me Diana Ross for my birthday.
Hmm.
So yeah.
It's a beautiful song. I've known it for a long time. I think growing up, I remember hearing it as a kid as well, and just kind of always around this song. I think it's from a film or from the movie Mahogany. But her voice really is just inspiring in this, and the words, like, do you know where you're going? Do you like the things that life is showing you? I think it's something that all people can reflect on at some point in their life if if they take the time and stop and listen or think, for sure.
Yeah. I think it's timeless. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, do you connect with people now about, especially around this kind of physical abuse and such? And have you worked with people, I think, um, uh, doing charity work over the years, but you're also working in a hospital now too.
Yeah. I'm working at a hospital and I don't hear a lot of abuse, although the coordination of abuse, the person who checks abuse, was under my manager. So I always talked to her about it, and she had symposiums about it. I helped arranging the symposiums, and I organize some stuff. And um, in charity work, I did a lot. You always met the persons. Yeah, I think were meant to be to met who you could help.
Hmm.
So I think helping is important. This is why I'm making this podcast because um, people must know that they're not alone and that you can become stronger, so much stronger. I think um, this life, I'm not a victim anymore. I'm no victim. I'm I I transferred it to being to make me so strong and so
Hmm.
different. Yeah, and music is a way of helping you through it. People who are now at the moment in problems with parents or other persons who are physically abuse them, they
Hmm.
can yeah, they can sing even if they are false. It doesn't matter if they sing or dance or do art or other art stuff or write. You can do everything to get your emotions out.
Yeah.
Let's transfer it to something positive.
Absolutely. I think it's very important for people of all ages to find channels that they can have an outlet to either sing, to write, to dance, to move, exercise. I mean, these are all endorphins that we all require to keep us positive, but also to keep us healthy. I think when people harbor a lot of stress, anxiety, fear, pain. This brings sickness. It brings, for people that just aren't well, and it's just not a great. So if there's a way for people to get out of that situation and not be in the situation where they're always in fear or pain, but then find outlets where they can channel more, positive ways of to be. I think it's so important. But I think um, music is definitely healing. Music is it's such a friend to everyone in any way, and it's always there for you. Even if you ignore it for a few days, it's there for you waiting. You don't have to feed it like an animal. You might have to do.
Yeah, that's easy.
We jump to track 3. This is Kate Bush, The Man with a Child in His Eyes.
Yeah, Kate Bush is for me, yeah, such a great inspiration. Yeah, loved her. Yeah, and I was so smart that I made my sister love her too. And then I had no money, so she bought the albums. And I sneakily, I did sneaky, when she was away, I put them on the turntable and I listened to them. And I
Yeah,
loved to sing with her. So she was my second teacher then.
yeah,
How to how to sing, I loved that. And uh, I sang that song under the shower together, Diana Ross and other songs. And uh, I don't know how much time I sang that, but when I was going away from the home, when I was about, I think, 17, 18, I went away. And then the neighbors, they told me, why are you leaving? We don't like that. But because when you sang under the shower, we put the radio out and we listened to you each day. And they said we gave you a nickname, the Nightingale.
oh wow, that's lovely.
Yeah, I didn't knew I performed for each day for them. I didn't.
That could be a great title for your blues album, The Nightingale. So um she has such a beautiful voice, and I remember getting into her in the early 80s, and hearing Hounds of Love, which is my favorite. I just love, love, love that. And I've been playing that a lot recently. It's always on one of my playlists or something, some song off of Hounds of Love. But this song, The Man with the Child in His Eyes, it was one of the first ones I remember listening to and hearing her words and hearing her voice. And when I was a younger kid, it was definitely a beautiful song uh, to connect to and just to have in her words. So it's I've really like her a lot.
Yeah, I really love. Yeah, I love her.
Yeah.
I wish could see her perform because she's such a great performer as well.
But I think she is coming back to perform, from what I understood. She was doing
Ah,
some dates again. I don't know if they were in the UK or in the US, but I think I heard somewhere that she was doing maybe not a big tour, but just some one-off dates, from what I remember seeing. This is maybe a year and a half ago. I think there was a song of hers used in some TV show. And so it kind of had this whole surge of younger people learning about her and hearing her music, which is great. But I guess making her like consider, because she'd been very recluse. I think she was kind of not really in the public, not doing any more records and stuff like that. So interesting.
yeah.
Let's jump to track 4. This is Under Pressure with Queen and David Bowie.
Yeah, for me, the lyrics are important. That's why I chose. But I love Bowie. Yeah,
Yeah.
uh, I love a lot of Bowie. So, fortunately, I didn't see him. My brother did. I didn't. I was younger then, but I even loved his old stuff. It's very old stuff, which not everybody loves. I love it.
What old stuff are you referring to? Like, give
Uh,
me a song.
with the Brian Eno stuff, I liked it too as well. Where Heroes
Mm,
on is on and
yeah.
like that. So uh, yeah, changes. I like changes.
Yeah, yeah. That's I mean his early albums obviously were incredible and I think it's such they're almost I would say personally they're blueprints for artists to who or young artists who want to get into music or get into songwriting. I feel like there's so much there to have. I remember hearing Aladdin Sane and Ziggy Stardust and with changes on it, you know, I forget that album what it's called now. But just those three albums, I remember listening to the words and hearing these stories and the way he played and stuff, and it just his voice was it was so special and just kind of it gave you so much inspiration if you want to write music or sing. But I mean, as a fan too.
Yeah.
Um, but this song, obviously the lyrics. Tell me about that because obviously this is a kind of harrowing song just in what they write about.
Yeah, I like the lyrics because it's pressure you're because the pressure is everywhere where you are.
Yeah.
That's and he did it so right it so perfectly, and also that we have to look better to each other, to concern more for each other. That's also in the song. Yeah, I like it a lot. Then, yeah, and
I think Freddie Mercury's voice and David Bowie's voice and Queen playing on this, it's just such a perfect fit, you know, the two of them. But it's almost funny because when I listened to it again on your playlist, I was playing it and you hear the first few bars and then you think of the rap song that's kind of borrowed that from the 80s or late 80s, 90s, Vanilla Ice. The song Ice Ice Baby. And so it's kind of you have to get that out of your head and just
ah
remember this was the
ah
original and this is the song because it kind of it borrowed it too direct. You know, it's not like a interpretation of the song.
well, I don't hear luckily the ice. No,
Yeah,
I don't hear. I always hear the original.
that's good.
Yeah.
Um,
And I like Freddie Mercury as well on it. Yeah, he says it has a great voices too. So they two melding are so wonderful.
yeah. When you were writing and singing in the band and now, like, do you feel like you gravitate more to female singers, or are you kind of a mix of both male and female?
I always love to hear other female voices. I love that
Yeah,
because I found it inspirational how they sing. So I even look up people unknown as well. Uh, I also listen likes um, yeah. Of course, I like males as well to sing.
hmm
Uh, but yeah, it's differently. I look them differently. I look at the females to can I learn something from it,
hmm
and at the males from can I sing with it? Can I sing with them more? Just like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty true because I think growing up for me, hearing female singers, it was really powerful because I think they have such great voices. But you know, then when you listen to a male voice, you're trying to see how do I sound in that, or comparing yourself and maybe to the words or what they're writing about from a male perspective. But I feel like a lot of the females, sometimes they try to sing from a male perspective, you know, in some of the songs, the way they're trying to, because it's been, you know, I think for so long dominated by male singers. I mean, or male bands, artists. But I think nowadays you really get the female perspective, which is so good. And I think it feels like now it's changed so much that almost female artists are kind of dominating in a way. People like Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and others. It's more of a pop or popular kind of genre. But I think that just in general, there's a lot more um, kind of empowered females singing and creating music, which is good.
Yeah, but um, I know some females don't write their own music. They say they write the music, but they only change one letter and then they have written it, but they haven't actually.
Right. Yeah, yeah. I think there's some ghost
Yeah,
writers in there somewhere.
yeah,
Um, we get to track 5. Now, I think this woman actually wrote a lot of her own stuff and as she created it. This is Alanis Morissette with the song from her first album, I think. This is Jagged Little Pill called You Learn.
yeah,
It's 1995, if I remember.
yeah, 1995. Yeah, I I don't like the. I mostly sing more English, but I love her this especially this song because I found it so true. Well, you live, you learn from everything. So
Hmm.
I love it. Therefore, yeah, I know the lyrics of that album very good. So and I some performances of I didn't see her live though, but she still performs and then don't do autotune and don't do correction or something else. So I
Right.
love that she is still raw and authentic.
Yeah. And I think this song in particular was kind of talking about just life and how it can be messy, it can be painful. It just is kind of like the things you have to. But it kind of goes to the quote where you say, "If it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger."
Yeah,
And I think to some extent, she's saying you do learn from all of these, experiences, good or bad, that you have to go through.
I think you need to go to the bad stuff somehow. Yeah, so it makes you richer and stronger. So and you don't have to look back at and be yeah have anger about it. That's not good because no, it
So
doesn't help you.
you mentioned earlier about some of the music you might be doing or blues stuff, but also having your husband maybe join you play guitar in there. So tell me about your husband. What is this now in your life and where you are today? How is that?
My husband is my pillar. He understands me. Um, yeah, we're like we are alone together now, and he he gives me a feeling of I feel safe with him. That's so important for me. I never thought in my life I would meet someone like him because I after bad relationships I thought this is not for me. This is no man for me. I stay alone and I will make myself happy. So I was making myself happy and feeling good, and then I met him while helping other people, and he helped other people too. And uh, he somehow can be very quiet, but with me, he's always busy. We can talk hours and hours, also hours on music. Music is yes, I love.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Um, but as you said, like maybe the younger you, when you were going through a lot of this, you didn't think that this was possible or this was going to be how you could, you would um, have
No,
somebody like that.
no, never, never, never. Because yeah, because of the bad relationships, I think you when you get such um, if you have a father like that and you don't learn a lot to be stronger from that father, you get still each time you get the lessons and then wrapped differently, and then you think a charming man is charming and is great, but it isn't. Then it's again someone who is not kind, and then you have to learn again and learn again, and then I thought I have to be stronger first, no relation, and then maybe no relation at all. Yeah. I don't. You never have to expect someone else to give you the love. You always have to give yourself the love. That's what I learned myself.
Yeah.
So when I write a song or when I do my work at the hospital, I always compliment myself on doing. Yeah, you did it right, because I didn't get it at home. I
Mm-hmm.
always. Get the message, you're never doing it anything good. So if you compliment yourself, then you get better. And somehow I felt stronger and stronger and stronger. And then, yeah, we connected. And it was strange because I didn't want to take the first step. And he didn't too, because he had the same, but it was a beautiful woman, yeah, inspiring woman. And she said, "Why don't you go out together?" And she convinced me and convinced him, and we did get out and we connected. And yeah, it was good, it was great, and we stayed together then.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Let's jump to track 6. This is Depeche Mode, Walking in My Shoes.
yeah, that is. Some I don't I like Martin Gore's writing all the Depeche Mode stuff. He's inspiring to write music. I can sometimes listen to Depeche Mode, and then yeah, the songs are so beautiful written.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I picked Depeche Mode, because they're inspiring songwriting. I can listen to it, and then I can make an own song, but totally different than that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the lyrics to this are incredible. And I like Depeche Mode a lot. I've listened to them since I was a kid as well. But these, the lyrics "Walking My Shoe," it's about, you can judge me, but just as long as you judge yourself first. If if you think you can judge yourself and feel like then you want to judge me, it's just kind of like, think about what we say to people, how we react, and how we do judge other people. I think it's important that we have to be careful with that, because I think we don't realize how powerful what we think or what we say can be, to people.
Yeah,
Famous, not famous, doesn't matter.
it can be very hurtful, because if you are not in a situation, um, there are some people on bad relationships, and they say, "Why didn't you walk away?" And it is because they somehow can't walk away, because they're in it, like they are it's like drowning in it, and they have to step out, and yeah, they had to become stronger first before they can step out, and the other people can't understand it because they are not in the same shoes.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's why I love it. Yeah. And I
Um,
picked it also because yeah, for people here to hear the podcast. So yeah, we understand you. To say that we
exactly.
understand that they are in a situation, they had have to become stronger first, and then they can step out and take another way. Oh, I did see them though. This one, I did see Depeche Mode.
Okay.
I love them.
When
with
did you
this,
see him?
with this song, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
That's
and
pretty good.
yeah.
Would When did you move back to Rotterdam? Because you grew up there, you first, and then you moved away, and then you moved back.
I was in Rotterdam till my 12th. Then we went to another place nearby, but it's called Barendrecht. Then I went back to Rotterdam when I was about 18 and a half. My father died.
Mhm.
No, it was before my father died. It was earlier. I went when I was 18, and 18 and a half, my father died. So I went back to Rotterdam because I didn't like Barendrecht, because there was a coach going to Rotterdam, and it took 2 hours before the bus, each coach was coming. So I didn't like it at all.
Mhm.
I'll call it, yeah, if you translate, I call it Boerendrecht. It's transformed, it's farmer village or something here, like,
Okay.
because there was nothing to do there.
Yeah, yeah.
You couldn't play music, you couldn't do nothing. If I had to go to practice music, I had to go to Rotterdam, always.
Mhm.
But I hadn't any car, so I always had to go by coach. There wasn't any train at that moment, so yeah. And then I was in Rotterdam, then with somehow I don't know how my age, but I went to Willemstad, but not in the Netherlands. And then when I divorced, I went back to Rotterdam because I lost people, because I didn't see them anymore. So I went back to Rotterdam, and yeah, I met my husband. I'm still Rotterdam.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes I wrote a Rotterdam lyric as well. Blues
It's one of
lyric.
your songs,
Yeah, new song.
a new
Rotterdam.
song
The
called
the
Rotterdam.
Rotterdam blues.
Rotterdam Blues. Okay.
But I haven't I don't think I have music with it yet.
Not yet. Okay. So it's
Yeah.
just the words.
Yeah.
Let's jump to track 7. This is Michael Prins, Fear Not.
Yeah. Did you listen to him?
Yes, I wasn't very familiar with him, so I have to say I didn't know his work, but I did listen to the song.
Okay. It's not Michael, it's Michael Prins, and um I like him a lot. And
Is he
I
Dutch?
yes, he's Dutch.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
he's one of on my list, which is later music, which is more here. And he's writing new music, which I love a lot, but it's not out yet. I like how he sings, maybe because he sings emotional as well, like me. It's like he sings also like the house is burning, and
Hmm.
and do you know what I mean? I
The House is
sing,
Burned?
yeah. I mean, I sing like I sing my also out emotions, but he does as well. And
Yeah.
somehow it's reached me, and then it's reached me somehow inner, and then I uh, can, if I listen to it, I can make music as well, but then very differently again.
Hmm.
And it also makes me, it's yeah, it's for me special. I don't know. My wish is that I could sing with him. He
Hmm.
knows that. I once time told him, and he probably thinks, oh, if you listen to me, you think I'm that how I sing is not my voice, because people in the hospital say you can't be that. If they hear me, you can't be that voice. You sing that high, and yeah, I can, but I think he probably thinks too that I can't sing or sing very low, like my voice is low. But yeah, I have yeah, I'm a soprano, so I sing very high, like yeah. And I prefer to sing with my not with my chest voice, but my head voice.
Yeah.
But although I like to learn more with my chest voice at the moment, because I think you have to use them both. And I love how he, yeah, I love his piano playing. He plays lovely. I somehow I drown in his music. And if you listen to his new music, I love it as well. And the strange is, I have him on my phone. I can WhatsApp him if I want. He answers back, so he's so nice. And why?
Does he
Because
sing in Dutch or just in English?
no, he sings in English too. And he sing one Dutch song, but I don't think he prefers singing in Dutch as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I still think somehow I sing with him, but it's strange. It's like I told him, I just knew him like I am a fan of his music.
Yeah.
And but one time he went with his in our car with my husband and he drove in the car, and then he said, "One, I'm going to hear you sing." And then I said, I don't know why, but now is not the time, because yeah, I'm waiting. I think he prefers blues more. That's why.
Okay.
Because he has a blues song on his album. And so I'm reluctant to let him hear me. And then I said to him, I'm going to sing with Heaven-Rejection. But at that moment, I didn't know for sure, because I know she don't sometimes ask people, but you never know. And you never know if you are on the stage with her. So I told him maybe, and I said, maybe it's going to on the internet and I can look it up, he said. I said, no, I don't know. Maybe. So.
Well, I think that's a good segue into track 8,
Yeah, I
which
know.
is Heather Nova
Yeah.
and London Rain. Nothing heals me like you do.
Yeah. And for me, that song is special, of course, because I really did sing him with her.
You sang with her.
Yeah, I sang with her on stage in the Netherlands. I first saw her in Rotterdam in the Doula, and then she asked someone to join. And there was a reporter next to me. She said, "Why don't you do?" And I said, "I don't know the words exactly." And I think I have to know the words exactly, because that's not nice to her. That's not good. So I said no, and there was a girl who was jumping down, and I want to sing with her. So she sang, but she sang false, and apparently she sang before again false, but I didn't know. And then I said to my husband, I want to sing with her. And he said, "Oh, why are you why do you want to do that?" And I said, "Yeah, I must go." It was so long ago that I was on stage. So, and I had to perform in a hospital. And I said, if I going on the stage, I know that in the hospital will be okay. So I have to perform, to go through the emotions of being on stage after such a long time. So I said, I will do it. And then we went to the performance and to the Comfort Park it called. And it was huge. And I thought, oh, what did I do? But I didn't know if she was going to ask. And then she was going to ask. Yes, she asked. And then nobody was standing up. And I said to myself, you have to go, you have to go, you have to perform because you promised yourself and you do it. You have to go, even though it's 1,500 men. And I never sang before 1,500 men, never, never. And so I went to walk to the stage and she didn't saw me. And I went again, and then she saw me. So I said, yeah, I'm Nelly. And I went on the stage and I saw how huge it was standing on the stage. And I thought, well, I'm going to look at her, only to her when she's going to sing. And so I can do it correctly because you have to look at each other and to connect to sing. Yeah, great. And first is going not that perfectly right, but the first letters, and then we merged. It was great. It was and of course somehow I was nervous, of course, and in how I didn't expect me to. She gave me so much more space when I was performing. I saw her on the internet before, and she only lets people one sentence, two sentences, or only with their couplets to sing her with her. But she gave me more space, such more space that I never got. I never expected to sing much of that. And then I was nervous. I forgot 2 lines and I improvised. And she had fun with it. And you see that I sent it to you from the internet.
Yeah, I saw it.
Because somebody posted it on the internet, like Michael Prins said to me. And so I changed up the lyrics a bit because you mix it in your head. It's like making a lyric at the moment. And then, it was great. And she said I sounded like Nico or something. I think from the Velvet Underground.
Yeah, Nico.
And after that, she saw me at the desk and she told me she liked my style. So,
that's really beautiful. Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. So
I wasn't that familiar with her, to be honest, but I mean, I listened to the song and then the video, but I think she's originally from Bermuda.
Yeah, that's England too.
Yeah. It's what?
That's England too. Bermuda is England as well.
I think so. Yeah, it's part of one of the colonies. And I didn't realize there was an album that she did called Storm. I don't know if you're familiar with that album. But her backing band that when she recorded that was a band called Mercury Rev. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they're a 90s band that I really, really liked and like late 90s. And so they have a singer, obviously, but they must have performed with her to record her album. Really good, but they're from the States. I think they're in New York or something, or upstate New York. But so interesting. I have to like check out more of her stuff. So really excited to listen to her more.
Yeah, and I liked how our voices merged with each other. That was so great. Yeah.
So now you have this video forever on YouTube of you and her singing. That's such a beautiful.
Yeah, and it was strange because after that, I have a even better video because my husband was filming it, and he was so nervous. He said, "I had all the nerves, you didn't," and he was shaking. The video was shaking. He thought the video was shaking, and And after that, we finished. The concert was finished, and I went to the toilet, and everybody was coming to me, and oh, what nice, and they thought I did rehearse with her, but I didn't.
Oh, wow.
They thought, oh, you rehearsed with her. I said
Yeah.
no. I only somehow knew that I was performing going with her. So yes, I rehearsed myself only, but not rehearse together. No.
Because it seemed so much in sync with you and her.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Let's jump to track 9. This is Tears for Fears, Mad World.
Yeah. Tears of Fears is special for me. Also because of the lyrics, and I think they putting still good music out because I love the new album as well. I did see them live. I loved them. I really loved them. I love how they yeah, the performance was nice, but yeah, the songs. This is one song I chose, but I could choose a lot of the songs of them because yeah, the songwriting is good. The yeah.
It's this is from 1982, the album The Hurting. I know that there's been a pretty popular cover of this song, which kind of gave it a little bit more, brought it kind of more into prominence because obviously it was a standout song on the album, but I think that some of their other work is more famous or more popular. I think
Yeah,
Everybody Wants to Rule the World and all that.
I know they prefer the new song over their song, but I prefer the old song
Yeah,
somehow.
exactly.
I really like the voices better.
Yeah.
I like the voice better somehow because it's
But
their own song they make. Yeah,
I think it was a good interpretation of the song, but again, the original just the way that they did it, it's just so simple and kind of like it's just about the lyrics and his voice, the way he sings. I think it's amazing.
yeah.
Um, what other bands from around the 80s that you were influenced by that, when you were writing or in Rejection Ratio, what other bands were you kind of listening to or inspired by?
Mm, um, I liked a lot. I liked when I was writing. Yeah. Um, thinking. Um, I like the.
Yeah, Matt Johnson.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, I think everything is connected with me with songwriting. It's just especially. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I did get to see them in live
yeah.
in concert
Oh, didn't.
in like I think it was 91 or so that I saw
Oh,
them.
I like BB King as well.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I saw BB King. Yeah, playing the guitar behind his back. Yeah. So I saw him as well playing the blues. So there's blues again.
Yeah.
So I saw him and I saw yeah a lot of little. I wasn't gothic or something. I was more new wave in the early days. So I think we're at the band also inspired by Golden Brown of the Stranglers.
Uh-huh.
Because somehow we got that rhythm, the rhythm of course. That
Yeah.
um not that it is taken from that, not, but it's mostly an accident like that. Um, what more? I have to become now, and I know a lot, know a lot of
Yeah.
bands. What more? I have to look at my.
Don't worry, it was just
No, I like the question. That's why I like a lot of the 80s bands. Still because it's my yeah, Susie of course.
Susie and the Banshees. Yeah.
Susie and the Banshees, but I did see Björk, by the way. I did
Uh-huh.
see her. Uh, I did see Chris Isaac. I did see Toya. That's punk, of course. Toya Wilcox.
Joey Wilcox. Okay.
Toya is from England.
Hmm.
Do you know her?
I don't think so.
She has
Not really.
she's married with Robert Fripp.
Robert Fripp. I've heard of him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a guitar player.
So Nelly, what other songs from the 80s or 90s that were big influences when you were in the band?
I like George Michael as well. I still I wake up each morning with a song of him. Um, in the 80s, I danced to the Doors when I was picked to do an audition with Rejection Ratio. But in that time, I like Otis Redding. I like Marvin Gaye as well. And yeah, now at the moment, the last years, I discovered why did I forget Ella Fitzgerald? So yeah, we're going
The
to
blues creeped up on you. They're
yeah,
there.
yeah. Also, and jazz music, but more the Ella Fitzgerald jazz, not the busy jazz.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So yeah, I like the blues because yeah, I like how she performs. I like how she does the piano. Uh, yeah, it's inspiration. And I chose this track too because "Do I Move You?" I think for me is to move people with music.
So
So
we're talking about track 10, which is Nina Simone, Do I Move You?
yeah, so yeah, I want to move people with music. I think in the heart, each musician would like that to do that.
I think Nina Simone, I mean, she's one of my all-time favorites. I think probably for a female singer, I would say she might be number one for me. I just
Ah,
love her voice and her attitude, her whole kind of everything was just, a bit of a troubled soul, but at the same time, she just created so much beautiful art. And I think she very much stood for herself. She was very strong in terms of determined of like, this is what I'm doing. I think she had a very troubled early marriage, and he was her manager and would, abuse, physical abuse as well. But just her as an artist, just her voice is just velvet. I don't know. It's just you go with, like you said, with the blues, and you want to take people. I think her voice does that. With every song, she just kind of guides you. It's almost like you're on this train, this boat, this plane. She's just, you're strapped into her voice and going somewhere.
yeah, I totally agree with that. And you started in New Orleans. Um, did they? That's the soul of the blues, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think you take it for granted because, of course, for me growing up there, I hear jazz, I hear Louis Armstrong, I hear lots of stuff, and you just kind of blues, funk, and you just take it for granted because it's just everywhere. And so it's like the tourists come there because they want to hear it, but you know people who play that music, your friends. You go sometimes to bars that were like more locals would go to hear the music, and some tourists, but so I think I had to come back and appreciate it because again, when I was a young teenager, probably when you were like around the same time you started the band, um, like I was looking at music like alternative music. I was looking at punk. I was looking at rock and things that I just wanted to explore that was from far beyond, like in the UK or elsewhere, New York, LA. So it was sometimes you have to go back to appreciate that.
Yeah.
But this song in particular is quite special because it's kind of like a bit of her early stuff, and then kind of she's going into some of her more later stuff, I think, in this. But you mentioned Ella Fitzgerald too, another great voice, beautiful.
Yeah, like I say, I learned a lot how she, what she does with her voice. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's an artist that I've been listening to since I moved to France. I think is when I first heard her. I might have heard her right before I moved here about 3 years ago. She's actually American, but she lives in Paris, speaks French better, clearly better than me. But her name is Melody Gardot.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't. Have
Yeah.
you heard of her?
Yeah.
I really love her voice and just her. She has a bit of the Nina Simone soul, but then she's a little bit kind of slower and jazz and kind of, but a little bit softer side of it. But really great. The songs she's done herself, I think, are her own originals are really nice. She doesn't come play down here though, sadly, which I wish she would. I have to go to Paris if I want to see her or elsewhere.
Oh, okay.
But I also think that before Nina Simone passed away, her last partner was Dutch.
Oh, okay. I read that she was a lot in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
And
don't know if I think she lived in Paris or Geneva, but I think her partner was Dutch.
yeah, and she died in France, but she lived a few times in the Netherlands, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Nelly, what's going to be next for you? You're going to start you're going to pick up this now with your blues style and kind of writing some new songs. You've been writing, I guess, all of this time, but really you're going to get your voices. We're going to hear your voice again.
yeah, I think yeah, first the album from the first Rejection Ratio, and I think after I will start with blues and um, my husband maybe, but maybe also Pichu, the guitarist.
Hmm.
So maybe he as well. Uh,
Is he up for some blues?
yeah, he loves blues. Yeah,
Yeah.
he loves blues. Yeah,
It sounds like it's going to be amazing to transition from that early kind of I don't want to say angst because I felt like the songs were still very melodic and but upbeat and a little bit had more energy to something that could be a lot more blues energy now.
yeah, yeah. I think I wake each day with the same song. So yeah, it has to come out some way or another.
Are people able to find you? Are you on social media or anything to where they can connect with you?
Mm,
Instagram, Facebook, or anything like that?
I'm not on I'm not on Facebook. I'm more at Rejection Ratio has a an our
Website?
website, and Buzz, the bass player, and me are doing that, the website, so they can reach me there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a real pleasure to have you share your 10 tracks and to be on and to tell your story. And I look forward to the next version of your music and your voice and to hear you and your story to keep singing. And I wish you much success with the next phase, the next chapter.
Okay. Thank you very much to be on this track, 10 tracks.
Nelly, I say to everybody as we say goodbye to be kind, be humble, be love. And I wish that to you.
Okay. I wish the same to you. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Nelly.
Okay. Bye.
suffers for his sports jacket.